My name is Akintayo Akintobi. I'm a painter. I'm from Nigeria, which is in Africa. I spent most of my life in Nigeria, like most of my life I spent in Nigeria. I'm in Johnson City right now. I came last 2 years for my master's program, and I'm in my second year right now. I enjoy painting surrealism a lot, and I also enjoy painting, abstract. Currently, I have this work which is all about like Rubik's Cube, the concept of Rubik's Cube. It's basically about the concept of life, how we perceive life, how we strategize, how, life brings challenges, and then while solving the challenges, you have all the challenges that come up with it. So I started like working with this back in Nigeria, and I've been doing a series over the years now, which I really enjoy. I combine this with kind of representational but also like surrealistic in a way, and I also have my MFA program work, which is basically much more in the abstract sense, but what really drives it is my culture. I try to reflect my culture in my work. Either ways is always reflected in my work. I moved from Nigeria in 2021 to Johnson City, and then what really made me move was the fact that I wanted to experience art in a new way, because I believe because I've been like always going online, seeing how people in the Western world paint, and how they perceive things, especially I understand how like they bring their emotions into these paintings, which I really don't get back in Nigeria. But that's one of the reasons why I wanted to like come to the United States, and I also like wanted to like pursue my career. I wanted to get an MFA degree, and given the fact that I've had like all my education in Nigeria, I was like, okay, this is an opportunity for me to do my master's degree and also like perceive art from another angle. So that was what really like made me come to the United States for my MFA program. Apart from my MFA program, me being here, it's a whole new experience. Meeting different people, amazing people, hanging out, creating new bond, creating new friendship. It has really allowed me to see this place as my second home. So it's relaxing. I'm happy. I'm happy, even though my parents, my family, they are not here. I have a new family right here. So it's kind of like a second home for me, and I also like feel like my art is much more appreciated here compared to Nigeria. So of course it's more reason, having your family and your career also here. So why don't you want to stay? I think the hardest part to be in America is the fact that I miss my mom a lot, because I'm an only child, and I know I'm a great source of joy for her being around. and knowing the fact that I have to live my own life, but still I still want to be there for her. But I think that's like the hardest part is like me not be able to see my mom physically, talk to her, laugh, make jokes. I mean, I call her on the phone, but it's not like and I'm a very big fan of family. It occurs in my work a lot. You could see because I grew up with my family mostly. My mom, it was just basically me, my mom, and my dad. So I'm very big with family. So me not be able to see them for like over almost 2 years now, it's a lot. It's a lot. So I have one which I titled Ethos, which simply means family. Is this piece that's it's the Rubik's Cube concept work. Is this piece about the family, the father, the mother, and the children, and also reflecting, the role of a father in the family, the role of a mother in the family, and how, the children, take up these traits, take up their character, how they grow into who they are, like getting their own identity, but even though their identity is formed through the fact that they grew up with their parents. So this piece is actually special to me because I wanted to talk about my own family because I was thinking I'd do things a lot on my dad because I look like him physically, but I found out I perceive things like my mom, I do things like my mom. So I really do like that piece. And then I have this other piece which I titled Mother and Child. It's a sculptural piece. It was made from found object and also like artificial object. So it's about this piece, a log of wood, which I found behind my studio, and then I made this diamond-shaped material, and I liken the diamond-shaped material, even though it's dark, it's black in color. I liken it to be like a charcoal, and to be also like offspring of the log of wood because you get charcoal from log of wood. So it's kind of like mother and child, and then I used the fabric to hold both mother and child together in a way that it also references the way a mother carries her child back in Africa on her back, which represents the bond. Ultimately, this piece is just talking about the bond I share with my mom. When I was younger, she takes care of me a lot. She's awesome, and it's so funny how the tables have turned right now. I mean, it happens to me, and I know people from different family could also. Some people can resonate with this as well. So how it shifts. Whereby I'm now the one taking care of her, giving her advices. So yeah, I would say I'm creating art because first off, I think it's a form of legacy for me because I believe my art is still going to be here when I'm gone. Either I become a big artist or I'm not a big artist. My art is still going to be here either ways. So I feel it's a form of legacy for me, leaving something behind. People could learn from it, people could resonate with it, So it's a form of legacy for me, and also secondly because that's what I know how to do best. I can't imagine doing something else. I mean, I've imagined it, but it's not just me, It's not just me, but like I said, ultimately it's a form of legacy for me, and then it's what I know how to do best, and then also is a form of therapy for me as well. Totally, because sometimes when I really really want to like forget about something or I'm in pain, once I get into like the painting or the creative mood, it all goes away. Like it's kind of like it just drags, it pulls me in. It's makes me forget everything else, honestly, and it refreshes my mind. And by the time I'm done, when I get out that mood, I see things in a new perspective, in a fresh way. Like it's just like, oof, okay. I've painted for a while in my life. I wouldn't say like, I mean, I'm sure I've painted for like 8 years now. So, I mean, it's enough for me to like, have enough of painting. Not like drop painting, but, have enough. So, doing something outside the painting is exciting, it's daring, you know. And most times when you do something outside of painting, it's kind of like you're working against your medium, because painting is you have your pigments, you could go like but when you're working outside painting, it's some of it is like process oriented. You can't just go I used blue and I want to cover up with it now. It's process oriented. You're using different materials, so it's really exciting. Actually, it's daring. It's also frustrating in a way for me, because I'm like working against what I'm used to. The regular pigment, and now I'm just using like materials, like found materials. 3D materials. Objects. Fabrics. Things that you can feel with your hands, which is like a whole lot, because in a painting you can like it's kind of like your own world. You can tell what you want to tell on the canvas. It's easy. I wouldn't say easy, not the word is easy, but it's something that you could like go into at your own pace. But when it comes to like using materials, is different, because it's kind of like you want to be able to use the right materials. You want to be able to know why you're using the materials. You want to be able to know, okay, how to combine these materials to tell what you want to say. So it's a lot, but it's exciting. I like it. I really do like it, and I'm grateful for it as well, because I don't think I want to be a painter. I want to be an artist, because being a painter is like you're just restricting yourself to just painting. I want to be an artist, be able to use different medias, and it's also exciting too, for real. For real, it is. It is really exciting, trying new stuff. That is art in a way too as well, not limiting yourself. I really don't know what I want to see, but one thing I know for sure is the fact that I want my art to like, change in a way whereby I'll be surprised. I want to see my art in a way whereby I will look back in a year time, or I will look back to this moment and I'm like, oh wow, I can't believe I was creating this thing. Oh really? So I wanted to be like, to change beyond what it is right now, but I don't know what it's going to change into. I don't know if that makes sense. I don't know what it's going to change into, but I want it to like change into something that I don't have idea right now. If that makes sense. Like, because I feel like for me to have the idea right now, that is still not what I'm looking for. That is still not what I'm looking for. I want it to look like something whereby when I see it next one, you're like, Woo-hoo. Okay. Because I feel like, sometimes, I mean, one of the things I've really learned, coming to the US, having my master's here is the fact that, you don't have to always like be in control of the art itself. You don't have to like always be in control of the material, like me coming into the MFA program was like, okay, I want to be a painter, I just want to paint and that's all, that's what I want to do. I just want to always paint. But right now I'm having the understanding and reorientation that, let the art speak for itself. Let it take you where it wants it to take you. And right now, I'm just like following where it's leading me. So hopefully, hopefully I'm gonna like explore like other materials. Found objects. Hopefully, that's what I'm tending towards. Using materials, objects to tell my story, adding some painting, So I just want my work ultimately to be in diverse form of art, not just strictly painting. Like, you could see like sculpture, installation, fabric art, I want it to be all around, I don't just want it to be like just focused on art. So I'm sorry, just focus on painting. So that's what I see next one here. So my name is Akintayo Akintobi. Second year MFA student in ETSU State University from Nigeria, and thank you for listening to my interview.